Good morning!
Hey! So at the end of last year, we asked you guys for some fun questions for this Q&A video, and we got such amazing questions.
And too many.
It's not possible to answer all of them in this video, but we are going to try and answer the most asked and the ones that we thought were really cool. So
Yeah.
here we go.
Also, just a quick disclaimer, we won't be answering any questions about blogging or how we earn from blogging, traveling full-time and all those things because we just recorded a 2-part series on answering all these questions in great detail.
Yeah.
So if you're here for those, then go watch those over at our IGTV.
Yeah.
Let's begin.
So, Sabi, what's the first one?
I have all my questions here, so sorry if I keep looking into my phone. Rajat 0311, he asks us, why don't we have individual accounts on Instagram? Will you want to take this?
I will take this one.
I'll
See,
give you the tea, but let him answer first.
First of all, we are so busy with the one account that we have that I don't think we have the bandwidth to make individual accounts. But there is an even better answer to that, which is that
Are you gonna be
if I
honest?
had, I am going to be brutally honest. If I had my individual account, trust me,
You would see one post in 300
in a
days.
year. I'm the biggest procrastinator, so I
Yeah.
love taking photos, but
Yeah.
if I had the task to upload every day on my personal account, that will never happen. So people will start unfollowing right away. So there's no point in creating an account for myself.
No, it's never gonna happen, you guys. The second question is asked by Jussilicious, and this one says, how do you stay entertained during long flights and at airports?
Hey,
Now-
I want to take
No,
that.
first I would-
no.
okay.
So you
Okay,
you, you
first-
you tell them how I am. I keep myself entertained, and I'll tell you how Sabi
No,
keeps
both
herself.
of us keep ourselves entertained with lots of Netflix and work.
Sure.
So we'll be writing articles,
Hey,
editing
work,
videos.
not me.
Vic
On
doesn't
flights.
like working on flights, so he usually works at the airport, and we'll download lots of stuff on Netflix, and
Yeah.
so we'll either be watching that and things like that. What were you
So
going to say?
for me personally, flights are like your own little world where
Yeah.
you can disconnect. So I prefer to keep it that way. I don't work. I'm just looking out the window, daydreaming, thinking about my future. Savi, on the other hand, she sleeps like a baby when she's not watching Netflix. The moment the plane starts taxiing, Savi's like, I admire this quality. Like the moment something
Moving
starts
cars.
moving cars, moving aircrafts, even when we do road trips, when we went to Ladakh and I was driving, in 30 minutes I see on my left and Savi's gone.
I made my own little world
back
on the
seat.
back seat. I had a little blanket
Oh, man,
and a
that was
dream
fun.
catcher and things, and I was reading, and then I fell asleep. I got lulled into sleeping. I hope that answers your question.
What a quality.
All right, the next one, Hardik Bhayani, he said, will you have a fan meetup soon? And there were lots of other
Yeah,
questions
lot
about
of people
meetups
asked
as
that.
well, but I just wanted to quickly say that it's one of our resolutions this year to have lots and lots of meetups, not just in Delhi, Mumbai, London, the big cities, but also the smaller cities. So I hope we can get to that very, very soon. So Hardik, yes, we will be having
No,
lots
because there's nothing better than meeting you guys. We have so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I love talking, so we want to have meetups. Watch out for that.
All right, the next question is by Pragati, but a lot of others asked this as well. She said, who styles you? And Pragati, both of us style ourselves.
Hey, talk about
And
yourself.
I
I have a personal stylist in Italy. His name is Luca Bongiorno.
No, of course, I mean, if you're on shoots and things, sometimes for a TV ad or something, somebody else, we get a stylist. But other than that, we style ourselves, which is why you see things like this popping up, I think I have a really
Yeah.
eccentric and quirky sort of style, which
You
is
always
not...
have that.
I've always loved mismatched socks and things like that.
And as many readers will agree, I love my white shirts and t-shirts. Let me again put this disclaimer that it's not the same shirt that I'm wearing for weeks.
True.
But I do have a lot of white shirts and
Yeah.
white t-shirts because I love the color white because I'm so pure,
I have nothing to say about that. Let's just move on to the next question. Ankita Chavla asked, So was it an iPhone or an Android, Savi? So for those of you who didn't know, we posted a story about me wanting a new phone because my old one was literally dying a slow death. I'd had it for a couple of years, and we asked you guys whether we should buy an Android or an iPhone because I was really confused at that point of time.
First world problems.
But guess what the result was? 50% of you voted for an Android phone and 50% of you voted for an iPhone, and there were thousands of votes on that.
So thank you guys.
Thanks
you
a lot for
made that
helping out.
decision very easy.
But to answer your question, I finally chose an iPhone. I know, old habits die hard. Here it is. It's the iPhone XS Max, and I'm not saying it's the best phone, but I really enjoy using it. And we also chose that because we already have an Android phone in the family. Vid uses an Android, and we also have a third phone which we use for work calls and things like that, and that's an Android as well. So that's one of the reasons I chose an iPhone. The other is the comfort zone because I always use Apple devices, but that's that. When we recorded that story, would you need to stop doing this?
It's tempting, isn't it? I'm sure a lot of you are, you have that temptation as well, just to reach out and do this. Right, the next question was, who out of the two of us proposed for marriage? Now, funny fact, we were just watching an interview, I think it was Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys.
Yeah.
And Matthew said that Kerry would punch the person who asked to marry her or asked her to marry him. And I think that is what describes Savi. So for both of us, we don't believe in elaborate proposals and
I'm
big weddings.
I'm not a big fan of grand gestures. I believe in the smaller daily things.
So I remember this was almost like 10 years ago, and
More than 10 years
both of us were in Delhi, and I came back from work, and Savi had just applied for her PhD in the UK.
Yeah.
She told me, "Wait, I got lots of scholarships. I'm going to UK for my PhD." And I said, "That is super cool. I'm quitting my job and I'm going to follow you there. Let's get married." So that in a nutshell was our proposal. No engagement ring till now.
Yeah, no engagement rings. I don't think
that's what we believe in. But again, you do you. Whatever floats your boat, you should believe in that.
Personally, I think that if you love someone or care for someone, then you don't really need markers on your body. The next question actually relates to this one as well. It says, did you have a destination wedding? Just curious. And the thing is that...
Curiosity.
I know, but if you follow us on Instagram or if you've been following our blog, you'd know that we're probably the last people to spend money on a big wedding or a destination wedding. We had a really very simple ceremony at the court, and then we threw a huge party for our friends and family. So that was that. But again, each to their own. But I truly think I just don't get the hype around weddings and things in general, because I truly think that celebrating every day and celebrating the little things in life matter more.
Yeah.
Because I also remember this little thing that mom used to say. I think she's told you as well.
Yeah.
My mom would always say that even as a child, I would be more excited about the number of presents I got, not because what was on the inside, but the wrapping and how they were wrapped.
Some things don't change.
Yeah, because I really don't care about expensive presents and things like that, but it's the gestures that matter.
Yeah, and I'll just chip in and say that it's probably the most important and happiest day of your life, because you're getting married. But what we see most of the times is that people are stressed. They're not enjoying their own wedding. It's a big wedding, grand affair, but they're not happy. They don't look happy. So there's no point in that. Yeah. You might as well enjoy that day, cherish those memories. We just wanted to enjoy those couple of days, and we just walked around, mingled with the guests, laughed a lot, had a great time, and we really have great memories from that.
It was a good day, yeah. And if I
yeah,
find
she
them,
got me, so
if
good
I
day.
find them, I'll also attach a few cringy photographs of Vin
Oh,
here, because when
that could be our 10-year challenge as well.
When he says laugh, he means it. I'm going to try and find the photo that I'm referring to and include it right here.
Oh, so Rakhi and a lot of others asked whether Vid and Savi are our full names. So Vid is not my full name. My full name is Vidit. A beautiful name, I say. It means someone who is known. But ever since I met Savi, since the age of 15, I think, Um, she started calling me Vid, and then all our other friends followed,
Yeah.
and my name was butchered. So now I'm known as Vid.
Yeah.
But a few of
That's
my
true.
close family members, mom also, my parents and mom, they call me Vid. No, sorry. See, I'm so used to Vid now. They call me Vidit,
Yeah,
which is
but
my full name. But Savi is Savi's full name.
yeah, it is, and it's actually.
It's an amalgamation of her parents'
I was
names.
about to say that too.
Um,
Yeah.
two alphabets from dad's name and two from
Yeah.
mom's. So
My mom's name is Sangeeta, so the SA come from her name, and my dad's name was Ravi, so the VI comes from his name, and that's why I always say that when I lost my dad, I lost half of me. All right, moving on.
well, on that, a light note. Sorry, you don't need to cry.
All right.
How sensitive. But we often joke that if we ever have kids and we follow the same naming convention, then our kid will be called either Savi or Visa. So, both are amazing and it works. Are you okay?
Um, Alrighty, let's move on to the next question. Monil asked us, which country makes you feel like home? And to me, that's a very clear, and I think most of you can answer this question for me, but I think London and Bali, so UK and Indonesia are the two places, but just these cities, and they make me feel like home, and it's something that happened the first time I went, and I can't place my finger on what it is about these places, but they make me feel like home. But Paris would come a close second, I'd say. So these are the three places that make me feel like home. With what's your answer?
I think a lot of people will say that it's very cheesy. But I would say wherever Savi is, it's,
Come on.
No, really,
that's
really,
a
like,
cop-out.
no, it's not a cop out, because I really don't care where I am.
Actually, that's
I
true.
get along with people. I'm not
Yeah.
stressed easily. Things don't bother me
He doesn't
easily.
get nostalgic about
But as long
places
as
at all.
as long as there's good company and we are laughing and smiling and having a good time, I think that's what matters to me. The next question, which is a very different question, comes from Megha Mohandas, and she's asking what during travel is not worth spending money on. Now that is very subjective, like differs from person to person. Different people have different choices.
Yeah.
If it were up to me, I would say, those tacky souvenirs or those t-shirts which say my friend went to London and this lousy t-shirt is all I got. So I would never
Yeah, we
spend
don't
money
really
on
buy
things
fridge
like that.
magnets and things like that.
But
No.
a lot of people would spend extra on a business class upgrade, upgrade their hotel suite, spend more on food. I think for me it would be food.
Yeah,
Like spend a lot on trying different kinds of food.
Yeah, we were actually having, I think we were in Lao and we were at a table with a few other people and we were having this conversation. If you had a fully booked holiday, everything is booked, and you suddenly got an extra $500, what would you spend it on? And everybody's answer was different.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
unique. So just pause this video and please answer this question. If you
Yeah.
got $500 extra, what would you spend that on?
Food, shopping, a flight upgrade, or a better hotel. So a hotel upgrade. Let us know. All right, next question. Again, this is something that this is the only question that we've answered plenty before, but I'm going to answer it because it was the most popular and most asked question for some strange reason. Hani Patel and dozens of others said, when will you have kids? We are
I
bored
think
of
the
answering
world
this
is
question,
waiting.
you guys,
The world
but,
is waiting for an offspring from this amazing duo.
we are not going to have kids. We don't intend to start a family anytime soon. And if and when we do have a family, we're going to adopt a child, because God knows there are so many kids in this world who could
need
do
a lot
with a
of
better
love.
home or education. And while we're on the subject of this hypothetical child that we don't intend to have, there's another thing that we're going to do. If we ever have a child, his or her last name will be an amalgamation of both our first names, because we don't want the child to have any sort of lineage based on class, race, sex, anything of that sort. So
No
so,
to patriarchy.
yeah, so it can start afresh. And so that's that about a hypothetical child. But no, we're not planning to start a family anytime
So
soon.
if anyone asks this question for another 2 years,
5
blocked,
years.
banned.
All right. So the next question is actually the second most asked question, but it's a
Which-
compliment for you. The Bandra girl.
Rare,
this is
rare.
This is a question I love. The Bandra girl, and lots of other people asked. Does Vir have a brother who's single and ready to mingle?
Well,
You
why do you
wanna
need my
answer that?
brother? I am ready to mingle.
He's
No.
always ready to mingle, you guys.
No, but I do have a brother, but he's happily married with two of the most precious daughters.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The cutest.
the answer is no.
But if you guys are listening, if there are any boys listening, here, there's a demand for sensitive feminist men. So stop with the entitlement.
I think what you were saying was good-looking, sensitive.
Good-looking, sensitive feminist men. So stop with the entitlement. All right, next question. Oh, I also really love this question, by the way.
which is
Nimisha.
the one that you don't love?
No, but Nimisha Raizada, this is my favorite question out of all. Nimisha, if you're watching, your question,
Good question.
was my favorite.
Best question.
She said, it's such a fun question. She said, you are the owner of Mars and can build it however you want. What will you do? So I thought, because when I read this question, I thought about it. And I think that I'd want a river of milk chocolate, first things first. I know we haven't discussed this, but I want a river of milk chocolate. So whoever wants to give it to me, I'd like the plain.
Hey,
no
watch out,
frills.
Cadbury's.
Yeah,
You'll have competition.
I want. If
Madbury's, Cadbury's from Mars.
No, if you didn't know, Cadbury's milk chocolate without any frills is my favorite thing to eat in the world. Like, I have a massive sweet tooth, but that ticks all the boxes. So
Hashtag not sponsored.
I'd like a river of milk chocolate, but thinking about it, I think I would like a society where you're not judged for who you are. So
Inclusive.
A very inclusive society where you're not judged if you're gay or bisexual or polyamorous. I mean, you do you. So
or whatever religion you come,
Yeah. I mean, you're just respected and not judged. So that's what I would like if I did own Mars and run it my way. What's your answer?
So I would make sure that there's mangoes and sushi growing all year round.
Clearly.
You get out of your house
love how-
and there's a sushi farm, so you just go and
What's a
pick
sushi farm?
It's Mars. I'm making that planet from
Okay,
scratch. So,
so-
I will make a sushi farm.
Sushi grows on plants?
No, that's the new breed of sushi that we're going. It's coming out and looking beautiful, salmon, tartar, vegetarian, whatever you want. But all jokes apart, I think I would want a society where I'll have a society where I'll imprison everyone or anyone who doesn't respect women. So I would want a society where there's true equality, not something just on paper that writing behind a taxi, this cab respects women. Nothing of that sort, but true equality, true respect, where there is no privilege just because you were born with a penis. You work together, you live together, you love together, and none of this that I'm very independent and very liberal. You can work, but when you come back in the evening, please look after the kids or cook meals for me. None of that bullshit. You do, if both of you are working, then it's equal responsibility. Raising a child, equal responsibility. Anything.
Equal responsibility.
Yeah.
Well chosen, sweetie. Damn it, I wish I'd said that, but I still stand by my answer.
I
and
truly
love
believe
yours.
in that.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about this, and I've gotten into too many arguments, especially in the Asian continent, when it comes to this touchy topic.
Yeah, he does. Right. The next one is, this is so cute. Nimisha Wahi said, no questions, you're an inspiration. Just no questions. So sweet. Thank you so much, Nimisha. And the other one is by Dwepa_DP. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I hope I'm not butchering all your names.
Maybe it's not
But-
even her name or his
Yeah,
name.
true. That's your Instagram handle. But the question is, how do you guys adjust so quickly to time zones? Don't you feel sleepy? I think we've just practice makes perfect.
it's just like we've done it so much now. We
Yeah.
continue to do it, so I think our bodies are used to that rhythm. we feel so comfortable the moment we enter a hotel or
True,
any airport.
true.
In fact, I think we have spent more time at Delhi airport than we have at our parents' place in Delhi. It's
This
funny,
year,
but it's
yeah,
true.
this past year.
So yeah, I think it's just about how you get used to certain things. So that's about it. As far as feeling sleepy goes, well, I feel sleepy.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
just sleep
I
it
love
out.
sleeping.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
think
sleep it out.
if you're visiting a new country and you're on work, then time is often limited. So, of course, then you work as you would with any other job. But if you have time and you have some free time to yourself, then we just sleep it out.
Yeah.
And the next question is, how do you deal with getting sick in a foreign country? Now, here's the thing. Of course, you just wait it out, and it's not like sickness doesn't happen in foreign countries.
It
So
does.
you wait for a
Especially
couple of
when
days.
you eat a lot like I do.
Street food, yeah,
yeah.
of course. But you just wait it out for a couple of days, and of course you carry a first aid kit. But if things get really bad, then you visit a doctor. And if things get really, really bad, then you of course have to alter your travel plans. And all three things have happened to us. So if it's just like a mild flu or something, we'll medicate ourselves with a first aid kit. If it gets worse, we'll visit a doctor, which we've had to about 2 or 3 times in all these years of traveling.
Yeah.
But if it gets really, really bad, like a couple of years ago, we were in Bali, and I don't know what it was, but
yeah.
my asthma just kept coming
Yeah.
back, and it was so bad. It was some of the worst attacks
It
that
was,
I've had in
it
my
was
life,
insane,
actually.
yeah. I mean, she couldn't sleep for days, and
I couldn't walk from the bed to the kitchen to make myself a cup of tea. It was so bad. So after waiting for about 2 weeks or something, we thought this is not working out. We were there to spend a long time in Bali, but it just wasn't working out. So we cancelled our travel plans, made some new reservations, lost a lot of money, and ended up coming back and then waiting it out in another place, and it just got better. So.
Yeah. See, at the end of the day, you have to listen to your body, because if
Yeah.
your body is not performing well, then you won't be able to enjoy the place. And don't let this experience mar the place or the destination for you. Because after that trip, when we came back to India, Sabi was hesitant to revisit Bali.
I remember,
And
yeah, that's true.
we discussed, and I told her that that's not the way it is, because you can't be scared of something all your life. So we booked a trip 6 months later. She was absolutely fine. So yeah, don't let it ruin the experience,
Yeah.
and always listen to your body.
Exactly.
The next question, which was also asked by a lot of you, was, do you guys ever fight, and
Oh,
who
yeah.
makes up
We
first?
got that a lot.
So we don't fight that much. Obviously, we have arguments from
Yeah.
time to time, but that's very rare. But we
Actually-
do have a rule that we are never going to sleep angry. So the thing with me is that if I get angry, within 5 minutes I'll be okay, and I will go to Savi and act all cutesy, and then Savi will give me one tight one, saying that it doesn't work that way. You can't be rude and then just 5 minutes later come and try to pacify me. So Savi needs her time. But in a
Yeah.
few hours, she's okay. I usually bribe her with good coffee, or some
Chocolate.
cuddles, or a river of
A
milk
river of
chocolate. So yeah, but
Yeah.
we don't fight
A
that much.
lot of you also asked us what we fight about, guys. These are such personal questions, but I'll share them anyway, because we see eye to eye on such
Most of
big
the
ideological things. So we
Yeah,
don't
that helps.
fight about
That
the
helps.
big things in life, but our fights.
And your pom-poms are like,
Our fights are usually about where are we going in the afternoon? Are we going to a museum or a cafe? Which cafe are we going to? I need this for lunch, but what if he needs sushi for lunch? So these are the little things. Those things happen with all couples, I think, and that's okay.
yeah,
I think,
absolutely
yeah.
fine. As long as the love and the respect is there,
Yeah.
it's good to argue.
We've actually rarely fought since we started
Since we
traveling
started traveling full time, that's the
Yeah.
irony, because that was the thing that we were most scared about, because we'll be spending pretty much every waking second
True,
together.
true.
But we have actually fought and argued less than we used to when we were,
Yeah.
in one place.
Damn
So that's
it, yeah.
worked out well for us.
That's true.
Okay, so I think this is going to be the last question for this video, but I'm pretty sure we are going to make another one, because there are so many cool questions. So someone asked, where is it?
Yeah, this is the one.
Don't you get insecure of girls fawning over Vid and vice versa? So for me, no insecurity. People fawning over Savi, well, I'm totally used to it, because wherever we go, people fall in love with her. She used to teach in a university, and can you imagine having her as your teacher? I mean, I would never be able to study, but
Stop berating. Like,
berating.
Stop belittling my teaching
No.
capabilities.
No, absolutely. That doesn't take anything away from the fact that she's a brilliant teacher. But we have seen this for the past 14, 15 years that people are always fawning over her, they're falling in love with her. And that makes me happy.
Hey, stop stealing my points.
That was Savi's
I was
answer.
going to say that.
No,
but
I mean, jokes apart.
To answer your
No
question,
insecurity.
yeah.
I am very secure, so is Savi. Maybe in the first year of our relationship, there were some insecurities because we had a long distance relationship. But, after a while, when you know that you kind of meant for each other, no insecurity.
Yeah, actually ditto. In fact, I'd say that I really love it because there are times when we're walking in the market and one of our younger readers, like a teenage girl, would come to us and take a selfie, and then she'd want a selfie just with Vid. And I love that because it just goes to show I'm really proud of everything that he stands for, and I'm really happy to see that there is... No, it's true. And every time somebody says that, I think I take it as a compliment because it means that people
She made the right decision.
No, just that girls appreciate men like him, and I think that's a great compliment. So I love it. I don't feel any insecurity at all. We're not that kind of people. So
the last question, because there are so many, we can't do this in one video. We'll make another one very soon. But Aswin Menon asks for 3 tips for happy relationships. So it's kind of touching on our previous question and answer. You want to take this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that of course, before I get into it, there is love and good sex and all of that, but all of you know that. But I'd say that trust is very important. You need to be able to trust your partner blindly, and that is very important to me because you're going to have so much fun together. So there shouldn't be any room for insecurity and things like that. And honest communication is very important. So that would be the second thing, that if you ever feel differently about your relationship, if you're facing trouble or anything, I just say you should be able to talk to your partner about it. So that would be, honest communication would be the third, but I think, the second, but I think the third is the most important, and that is being 100% authentic.
Yeah.
I feel like we are able to share all these little details about our life or our babies, our hypothetical babies, and all these things, such personal things online, because this is who we are, this is who we are in front of our family, this is who we are in front of our friends, this is who we are in front of each other, obviously, and that kind of authenticity is very important because then you have just one version of you, and that is the truest version of you. If you have 5 different versions of you and you're different in front of different people, then you'd behave differently, and that's too much effort. So I'd say 100% authenticity. I mean, I can say all the things, every single thing that I've said here to Vid's mom and dad, to my mom, to my friends, and I think that kind of authenticity really makes every relationship so special. So give your all and be authentic and stay in love.
I'll just like to add one thing, that also grow and learn together. Always be willing to make changes to your personality, not to change the core of you or to change the ideological belief that you have, but you should always be willing to learn from your partner, not have any ego, and always have a lot of respect, as Savi said. So
Alright, so those are I think, more than a few questions that we answered. And
sorry, we kind of
we always digress.
got carried away, but
I know,
we love talking to you. So,
but this was a lot of fun. I hope we answered a lot of questions that you had asked. I know there are lots more, so we'll try and do another Q&A maybe next month or something.
So if you have any questions that were not answered here, just leave them in the comments. Fun questions, so that we get to know each other even more.
And as I always say, please don't forget to follow us on Bruised Passports. Bye.
What are you looking at? Come on, give it to me. Come on.
Let's go get chocolate.
Easily distracted.
Let me in for a second.
I love